Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miriam and we talk about quilting and sewing here on my channel. And today I'm really excited to kind of show you guys what I've been working on. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? I've released several free patterns and I've decided to kind of go back and start adjusting them if I need to, making tweaks to them. If you didn't see my most recent video, I talked about how one of the things that I wish I would have known as a beginner quilter was different shortcuts and things to make quilting easier. One of the things that I really love to try to utilize in my patterns now that I'm more experienced with writing patterns is strip piecing when possible. So basically cutting strips of fabric, sewing them together, and then cutting our pieces from that. So that is what I have done for my first pattern actually that I ever released on my channel, which is Cottage Twirl. This is a very popular pattern. It's completely free. It's a really cute pattern. So I will have a link to this in the description box if you want to check that out, okay? But I've adjusted some of the instructions to include strip piecing, which is just going to be easier, especially for beginners, and it's going to help the quilt go together a little bit quicker, which is really awesome. And that's a lesson that I've definitely learned, and I actually learned some really cool lessons in cutting techniques and stuff in a class that I took on Craftsy, who just so happens to be the sponsor of this video. If you don't know, Craftsy is your online resource for all things creative. They have classes on everything from quilting, sewing, cooking. There's yoga classes, gardening. There's just so many classes to learn from. And I obviously kind of gravitate towards the quilting classes. And I've actually found 2 classes on cutting techniques, both from Debbie Caffrey, and they are excellent. So the first one that I found was Clever Cuts for Efficient Quilting. This class is over 3 hours long, and it talks about all kinds of different cutting techniques that you can use to kind of streamline your process of making quilts. Her other class is very similar. It's just got more techniques, more cool cutting techniques, called Cut to It Strategies for Smarter Quilting. So both of these classes are over 3 hours long, like I said, and they're just packed full of really great tips and tricks, and definitely a lot of things that I'm going to try to use in my future projects that I'm making, possibly future patterns that I write. I'll take some inspiration from her instructions, and they're just really great classes. They can be found on Craftsy. So if you would be interested in checking out Craftsy, you can use my link in the description box to get your first full year of their premium membership for $1.49. So this offer is for new members only, just to throw that out there. But if you are interested, please check it out. Let me know if you try it. Craftsy is really great, and there's so many things that you can learn. Possibilities are endless, truly. So thank you so much to Craftsy for sponsoring this video. Let's look into a bit more about what we have changed about Cottage Twirl and some things that I've done, now that I have a fabric shop, what we're doing to kind of celebrate this relaunch of Cottage Twirl, right? I have the pattern. It's available for free. I'm going to have it listed on my website, and you would just check out like normal, but the payment is $0, and then it will get automatically sent to your email inbox when you go through the steps of making the purchase. But it's not really a purchase, obviously, because it's $0. But I just thought that would be a really easy way for anyone that wants this updated version to get it, and it not be confusing with like signing up and then responding to an email and then getting it. This just makes it a lot easier, I think, for you and for me. That's going to be available on my website. If you want a printed version, I will have a printed version available as well in my shop. That will be $6, and that will just be covering the printing and shipping costs for the pattern, okay? So that is available. The pattern itself is available, and I've also, you guys, I had so much fun. I have come up with some kits to go along with the pattern. So I'm really excited to show these to you. I've created 3 kits to go along with Cottage Twirl. I will pop up a picture here on screen of the mock-ups so you can see. Our first is Out of the Blue. I wanted to have a blue version. I know a lot of people like blues, and I used some really beautiful Riley Blake Designs fabrics for this kit. I'll show you a close-up of the fabrics after we've kind of gone through each kit possibility. So we have Out of the Blue. Then we have Warm Hearts. So this one might be my personal favorite just because it's so beautiful. I love the pinks and the oranges and the creams. It's very much my style. You guys know me. This is very much my style. And I just think it looks so amazing. It just really changes the look of it just by switching up the colors, right? So we have Warm Hearts. And the last one we had to do like a fall/Halloween themed one, right? Because we are getting to that time of year. So we have Spooky and Cute, the Cottage Twirl kit. And this features, again, a bunch of Riley Blake Designs fabrics. Several of the fabrics are from the Hey Pumpkin collection. I just love that collection. It's so cute because it's Halloween themed, but it's really cutesy. That one is available as well. I made 5 of each kit so far, and I kind of wanted to gauge how well these are going to sell and how well they do. And then if I need to, I will definitely make more. I have enough fabric to make more. I just wanted to kind of gauge how this first kind of launch or fabric drop goes for this collection of kits for the Cottage Twirl quilt. So that's what we got. That's what we've done. So let's do a close-up of the fabrics, okay? First, let me tell you what you will get if you purchase a kit. You will get all of the fabric for the quilt top and the binding. You will get the printed pattern, okay? And you will also get a sheet that tells you what fabrics are meant for which labeled fabric. So in the pattern, I have just the fabrics labeled as fabric A, fabric B, fabric C, and then you pick whatever fabrics you want to use. But if you purchase a kit, I have them labeled. So for example, for the Warm Hearts, I have labeled this art gallery fabric, botanical gathering fabric, really beautiful by the way, use for fabric F, okay? And then I put how much of that fabric is in the kit. And that's for Warm Hearts. We have that one. And I did that for each kit, so you know what fabrics to use for what part of the quilt. I don't think I mentioned this, but the Warm Hearts kit, that is all art gallery fabrics. So we do have that. So this is what the Warm Hearts kit looks like. I've got this beautiful polka dot fabric for our background fabric. Then we have some beautiful flowers. Of course, a little gingham. This beautiful pink with brown and white flowers. These cute little squiggly noodle looking print. I really like that one. And then we're going to use some of our fun binding fabric for the binding. And then we have this for another one of the fabrics. So that is really lovely. Each one will also come with a little card with the quilt mock-up, so you'll know what the quilt looks like when it's done. And that goes with the quilt as well. So we looked at the Warm Hearts. Let's take a closer look at the Out of the Blue one. I really like this one too. So we've got a kind of a cream background. Then we have this beautiful floral print. This is from their Between the Pages line. I really love that. It's book themed, very cute. Then we have these beautiful clouds. That's some fabric that I've had in the shop. We have some florals, really beautiful florals. And then this is the binding fabric. Oh my goodness, you guys, if you look closely, this has little acorns on it. And the little acorns have smiley faces. So when you're making the binding, it's going to be really cute to see just a random little acorn on the binding. I thought that would be so cute. So I think that's going to be a really cute binding. And then again, a gingham. I think I have to include gingham in pretty much all of my kits, right? And that's just another one of the fabrics for the quilt. That is the Out of the Blue kit for Cottage Twirl. And then probably the one that's going to be the most popular is our Spooky and Cute kit, which is very lovely. How fun is that design? I think that just looks so cool. These are the fabrics that we're using. So background fabric is this light pink with stars. Then we have our adorable little jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, smiley faces, really, really cute. I love it. Then we have a black fabric with orange and pink and white stars. Lovely. Then we have the main fabric from Hey Pumpkin, which has skeletons and bats and moons and little ghosts, but they're all smiling. They're not scary. So if you want to make a quilt for a kid for Halloween season or fall, this would be really great. We've also, my personal favorite fabric from this kit is the candy corn fabric. How cute is that? I love that. Then for our binding, we have this beautiful charcoal fabric that has some kind of like, it's supposed to be a sun, but I think it kind of looks like a moon and kind of like a glowing moon. And I thought that went perfectly with the other fabrics. And then of course, our gingham. That's funny. When I was putting the kits together, I didn't even think about using gingham in each one, but I just did because I just like it. I think it's probably one of my favorite prints is just a simple gingham. Those are the kits that are available. Those are the ones that I have right now. If I have time later this week, I will make 1 or 2 more kit variations, and those will be available in the shop. So I'm making this video at the beginning of the week, and then whatever I can get done as far as getting more fabric cut, then I will, and that will be in the shop when this video it goes live. Okay, so check out the shop to see everything that's available, along with the kits for things that are new in the shop. And I'm gonna just have some pre-cut bundles that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make some fat quarter bundles and some half yard bundles for those of you that prefer to purchase bundles instead of just picking out your own yardage. And we will also have a bunch of new yardage available. So I got a shipment in this past week of a whole bunch more yardage from Riley Blake. So those are available. If you look, my cabinets are very full now. There's no blank space anymore. I don't have any of the cabinets like cutely decorated with figurines or anything because I am stocked, and my goodness, we may have to get a few more cabinets at some point. But yeah, it's a good thing, right? Everything being so full. We're gonna have fabric. If you like some of the fabric from these kits and you wanna see if there's yardage, there probably will be yardage left over, especially from the Halloween fabric and the fabric from Out of the Blue. So those will be available, and you can check all of that out in the shop. I'm really excited to see how this goes, how the kits sell, and if there's interest in the kits. I'd love to keep on making kits. They're quite fun to come up with and kind of figure out what fabrics to go with. I like mixing different fabrics from different collections. That's just kind of what I prefer doing in my personal projects, and I like doing that for these kits now too, because then you're really making something super unique, you know? Really, really fun. I'm really excited about these. I hope you guys like them. Now that we got that out of the way, kind of what's available in the shop and all of that, and that we have updated the Cottage Twirl pattern, now let's get into the meat and potatoes of why I updated. And that is, I want to host a quilt along for this pattern. I have wanted to do this since I released the pattern, which has been, I think it's been close to 2 years now since I released this originally. And I just really, really love this pattern. It's a lot of fun to make. It's 2 super simple blocks, but it creates such a beautiful design. And I would love to host a quilt along. This is going to be a little bit different from the other quilt alongs that I have hosted, because I've kind of done those separate from YouTube, and they've been more of like an email thing and a Facebook group thing. But I thought it would be really fun to do most of it just here on YouTube. So my videos for a while will be the sew along videos. So I would love for you to join me in the sew along. It's going to be really fun. I would like to start the sew along. I know it's a little bit of a late notice, but honestly, if you have yardage in your stash, this would be a really good quilt to kind of use up some of that yardage. Today, when this video goes out, this is August 29th, right? So I would really like to start the sew along September 12th. So that's 2 weeks from today. Okay, so that gives you 2 weeks to figure out the yardage, if you have the yardage in your stash, if you need to order yardage. If you order from my shop, you can get 15% off with the coupon code YT15. Just throwing that out there. My YouTube viewers get a 15% off code if you use it, and I will work very hard to get stuff out right away when it's ordered. So I'll be quite busy getting those orders out, but I'd really love everyone that would like to join in on the sew along to join in, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This is a really fun, easy quilt to make. The videos are going to be a lot of fun to make. And I thought I could make the videos and then I might go live a few times to answer any questions that anybody has, especially when we're making the blocks. And that'll be a really fun time. So it's going to be a bit of an experiment to see how well a quilt along goes doing it this way. So instead of just sending out emails each week and then kind of having a private Facebook group for everyone in the sew along, I'm just going to have it open to everybody on YouTube. If you want to post in the Stitch Obsessed sew along group, you certainly can. I will include a link to that in this video and in all of the videos for the sew along, just so if you would like to post any questions or photos, you can. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I am personally going to be making the warm hearts version of the quilt just because, you know, it's totally my color palette. I love our gallery fabrics and I'm just really excited. I was really excited when I kind of came up with this color combo and fabric combo. I was just like tickled pink on how cute it looked. So I'm going to be making that one. And I hope you join me for this sew along. Don't forget, I will start it September 12th, and I'm going to just jump right into cutting the fabric in that video, okay? So the itinerary is basically going to be cut fabric. Next week, we'll make one of the blocks. The next week, we'll make the second block. The third week, we'll sew everything together to make the quilt top and baste. Then the next week, we will quilt. Next week, we will bind. So it's going to be a pretty quick sew along, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a very quick quilt to make. Really great for beginners. If you've never made a quilt before, this is an excellent beginner quilt, okay? And this would be really fun, I think, for beginners to do a sew along with me. So then you can just kind of literally just sew along with me, right? So I'm excited about it. If you would definitely want me to do lives, maybe maybe the day after we do the sew along video, or maybe a couple of days after we do the sew along video, let me know. I'd be totally open to doing lives to answer questions and things like that for the sew along. So September 12th, mark your calendars. 2 weeks from today, we're going to start the sew along for the updated cottage twirl. So if you have the original version, you can use that. That's totally fine. But this updated version is just going to have a few shortcuts in there. I also updated some of the instructions where I include pressing instructions because I noticed that the original did not include pressing instructions, and I try to include those in my patterns now because I think that's important to include. So the pattern also includes a coloring page. So in the back of the pattern, we have a coloring page. I don't know if it's going to show up here on camera, but you have a coloring page. So if you have yardage in your stash that you are not sure if you like the colors together, grab some pencils or some crayons and color it in and kind of figure out what you would like to do. I've found that very helpful for patterns when trying to visualize what you actually want it to look like. And you can print that coloring page out as many times as you want and try out different color combos and stuff. It's very, very helpful. You can either get the free PDF that just gets directly sent to your email, or if you would like the physical copy, it will be available in the shop for $6 to cover that shipping and printing cost, okay? I think that's all. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to try to reply to all of the comments of this video. I know I have not been the greatest at replying to comments lately just because I've just been so busy with like everything else, right? I love replying to comments. I love reading comments. Even if I'm not replying to your comments, I'm hopefully at least reading them. Yeah, it's a very busy time, right? It's a very busy time. But this sew along is going to be a lot of fun, and I hope everyone enjoys it. I know I'm going to enjoy it because I've been wanting to make another one of these quilts since I made the first one. So just thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to know 15 things that I wish I would have known as a beginner quilter, you might want to check out this video. It is very helpful. I've gotten really good feedback from people about it. Really great way to learn from my mistakes and kind of what I've learned over the years, right? And again, thank you to Craftsy for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to use my link to get your first full year for $1.49. And I just hope you have a really great rest of your day. And I'll talk to you very soon, okay? Bye. Hey everyone, real quick, I just wanted to show you a special guest that I have in here today. Meet Chloe. This is my mom's new dog, Chloe. She's a little Papillon pup. Yes. Say hello. Oh, yes, she wants to eat the microphone. That's great. I think she's about 10 weeks old now. She's very cute. I'm watching her right now while my mom's doing some exercising. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys her real quick. She's so cute. She's so cute. Oh no, you cannot eat the microphone. She's gonna go find Obi. She loves Obi. But anyways, she's a little nervous about walking around in here. Are you hanging out with Obi? Did you find Obi, Chloe? Did you find Obi? Say hey, Obi. Hi. They're becoming buddies. Slowly but surely. Obi's not quite as scared of her as she was. But yeah. They're buddies. Right, Chloe? Oh, she sees something, possibly a leaf, and she's thinking about going to attack. All right, I just had to show you guys how cute she is. And